What was your brilliant idea here?
Tell somebody that you love them.
Okay. And you're gonna fold it and put it in the jar?
Yep, like this.
Can you do that by yourself?
Yep.
That top of that jar, it's like magic. Oh, you got it right off. Look at that. You're gonna drop it right in the jar? Good job.
So in the morning, you can choose one of these. If you choose mine, you can do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder about my life. I lead a small life, valuable but small. And sometimes I wonder, do I do it because I like it or because I haven't been brave? So much of what I see reminds me of something I read in a book. When shouldn't it be the other way around? I don't really want an answer. I just want to send this cosmic question out into the void. So good night, dear void. Good night.
My tote bag, and it says shop around the corner, so that kind of gives you a big hint about what's going on in this video today. Hey everybody, thank you so much for coming back and seeing me and Desi. I hope you had a good week, and I had such a fun week. I decided that I would redo my living room and my bedroom in the old romantic comedy style of As Good as It Gets and The Holiday and You've Got Mail. And I had so much fun. And there is so much power in art and color and space. And I just had the best time because I kind of was in a funk when I brought in my piano and I thought, my house, the decor that I had, now it doesn't fit. So it was so wonderful to have that inspiration. Nancy Meyer is not a designer or a decorator, she's a director. And she hires this amazing man called John Hutman, I believe is his name. He's the one who has designed these beautiful decors that depict beauty, calmness, slip covers everywhere. And the art on the wall is not depicting human beings. It's beautiful flowers that they have on their wall. Plenty of books all over, big bowls of fruit. And I mean, some of that stuff I already have done without consciously trying to recreate it. That's what's so fun when you're decorating, not to please yourself, but you're decorating and you're following a theme. That is real. I've never done that before, and I learned so much because you step out of your own comfort zone. You say, okay, I want to get everything white for the mantle, but I would never do that, but I'm going to have to do that today. And you end up buying things or creating vignettes that you never would have, but you have this theme. And so I loved it. I had to part with some arts and crafts lamps and, some bookends and certain things I had that were very, very dark. So I have my marching orders and I have to redo my living room in the You've Got Mail type style. And the first thing I see when I walk into Goodwill is these beautiful, beautiful Sherry Blum panels, probably from the 90s. And there's 3 of them. And I was just so shocked because you all know that she's an artist that I just love. And I've never seen panels before. And so I got my camera and I'm filming the panels and I'm saying, can you believe it? The first thing I see when I walk in Goodwill are these Sherry Blum panels. And then I see a woman going towards one. And so quick shut off my camera. And I ran over there and I started putting one in my cart, and she's looking at me and I'm looking at her, and I was faster than she was. So I got 2 out of 3. Now, usually I'm generous and I'm nice and I'm kind in situations like that, but not when it came to these panels because, well, they were Sherry's, and I knew that they would be just the right height from my mantle to my ceiling, and that's what I wanted because I wanted the room to be elevated. So, yeah, I mean, I swear I almost got into a skirmish. I mean, we were just like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Anyway, I just loved it.
I walk into Goodwill and the first thing I see is Sherry Bloom panels. Oh wow. Okay. I had a lot of fun this week decorating in the Nancy Meyers style. So I tried to create like a romantic comedy set. And I did order slip covers, but they didn't come in time. So what I did is I put those beautiful white throws that I have, and I mean they are beautiful. And I got them off of Amazon, and they do lighten up the room and the sofa. And then I wanted to use green as my accent color and to mix patterns. So I thought that worked out really well. Changed all of my lamps except one, okay, two modern lamps. And then I have fresh flowers everywhere, and the mantle, of course, changed. It's very light, it's very coastal, it's very California with my Sherry Bloom panels. I elongated my living room. My living room now is 17 feet, and that matches my dining room. My dining room is 17 feet, and so there's a depth of field now when you look into my living room area, and that makes the dining room seem huge. I've always loved Sherry Bloom art, and I'm so happy to have these panels. I almost didn't show you these because I need to paint. Do you see right here? I need to paint that, and I'm gonna go with a really pretty light green. And so once those are painted, I think they're gonna look a lot better. Do you feel like you're in a romantic comedy? I hope so. I'm a stubborn woman, and I did leave a little corner here that is completely Art Deco, and there's just something about Art Deco that I like, and I know it's dark and I know it's romantic and a lot of drama, and I was staying away from that. I redid my whole living room and my bedroom, but I did keep this. I thrifted that vase yesterday and I just love it. Fresh muffins, blueberry, banana, chocolate, oh boy. All of them. I'm not supposed to eat. My very favorite things is that little corny sign on my piano. That does remind me of in You've Got Mail. She has the shop around the corner sign on her piano, and I think that's so charming.
ever get out of this elevator, the first thing I'm going to do is pluck my eyebrows. I forgot this year. I have always loved The Shop Around the Corner. And I remember when I first saw that movie, it was Christmas time and I saw it in the theater with my friend Ellen. That was the year I got married. I remember that when I got home to my new house and my new husband, that Ellen took a bunch of pictures of Bill and I. And what I really loved about Shop Around the Corner was that Kathleen Kelly's apartment, well, it reminded me of how I lived. Books all over, everything in my kitchen on the counter, and just this sort of organized chaos. But she had so many things. She had, paintings on her wall of swans and nature and butterflies and flowers. So there was no drama on the walls. It was just beauty. It was this endless search for beauty and tradition and fresh flowers. And it was just very inspirational to me. And, they used to call that granny chic. And now they call it granny coastal chic. And I can kind of see that. Daisies, aren't daisies the happiest flower? And I just love that. And there's a scene where she's got a cold and she's sitting on her sofa and she is actually holding a pillow with this pattern. And I just about died when I saw this. This is a beautiful quilt that I got on Amazon, and I'll link it below, but I couldn't believe that I could find that exact print that she is showing in the movie. So it was so cool. This is the same fabric that Kathleen Kelly is holding when she's sitting on the couch and she's talking to Joe Fox and he's trying to convince her to be his friend. But this quilt is so pretty. It's high quality. I got it off of Amazon and it is, look at this, it's reversible. This pattern is from the 1800s, but it's not overwhelming. It's so well done, and it's long enough where you can do the triple fold, so it's really, really pretty. One of the best things about this quilt is that for one price, you get the quilt, and you get 2 shams, and you get 2 actual pillows. Not pillow covers, but actual pillows. And I must say, if you're ever afraid like I was to use red in the summer as your decor, you probably already know this, but I did want to mention that if you put any type of yellow accent with something red, it will knock the Christmas vibe right away. So you probably already know that, but I didn't know that until a few years ago. So yeah, isn't that pretty? I added this little accent of a quilt that's very old that I thrifted. I added that old cart that I had in the kitchen, and I thought that was just perfect for daisies and for storage of my books and maybe a fan. Why do you think that the big trend right now is decorating in this coastal granny chic? Why do you think we're going back 30 years to decorate our homes right now? I have a theory on it. Do you? When you think back about when these movies were made, it was the late 90s. Why, I don't think Facebook, did that even exist yet? Or YouTube? I don't think so. So it was brand new. It was AOL. Remember? You've got mail. And I got my very first computer, I think it was 1996, Windows 95. So everything was exciting and new and innocent. It didn't seem dangerous, did it? Our country was kind of coasting. Things were just sort of mellow. It was before 9/11. It was before so many wars and so much chaos. So when you think back on that particular time, whether you're young or old, you associate that with beauty and peace and fun and romance and love. So fast forward to now. When I started YouTube, the granny chic, grand millennium, well, that style of decorating was very popular, and then it fell out of favor. And the minimalist type look, where you have a beautiful house and you put a TV and a chair in it and you call it good. Well, maybe you skip the TV and you just put 2 chairs in it and a plant. And, okay, so that was very popular too. That look always reminds me of like nobody's home. I don't know. I don't know. It's very unsettling to me. And yet, when people would see how I decorate with the flowers and the books all over, they like, oh, that makes them very nervous. They would say in the comments to me, well, a messy house is a messy mind. And it's like, well, an empty house is an empty. Okay. What I'm seeing now is a very similar vibe to the vibe of 2020, the pandemic. And the chaos that is going on outside our front door, well, we can't control that. But we can control our home. We can control our environment. And we seek out calmness and beauty right now. And I think when we see that kind of coastal decorating, light colors, lots of flowers, lots of bowls of fruit, art that isn't threatening, slipcovers, makes us happy. It centers us. When I got all done and I looked at my living areas and they had dramatically changed. And why had they so dramatically changed? It was because of the colors. I had dialed back all the dark colors. And that shocked me. That color has so much power. And I love that. I loved learning something new. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed decorating this week. Not picking things that I truly loved or identified with, but just choosing a theme of beauty and calmness and happiness.
It's just a room. Some people will always say that to me. Why do you fuss so much? It's just a room. It's just a house. And I always think to myself, it's so much more than just a room. It may not be much, but it's everything. It's my home.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I hope you liked the video. And if you get a chance down below, could you share maybe what's your favorite romantic comedy? That'd be so cool to know that. Please have yourself a good, fun summer week. And when you're done with your week, come back and see me and Desi, okay? All right, it's a deal. We'll be here.
Plant some flowers.
Plant some flowers.
What?
You thought that up all by yourself. You like flowers?
Yeah.
Grandma loves flowers. Are you going to have a garden someday?
Yep. When I'm all grown up.
When you're all grown up, you're going to have your own garden. All right. And I'm going to come see it, okay? Toot toot for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. But it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out in the old ball.